Welcome back, everyone. Coach Blake of the Black Faker, and today, we're going to be going over win conditions. Today is Monday, and as you know, every Monday is a beginner's guide video. It's not necessarily for beginners. It's just what I titled the video. So today's topic is going to be win con. So without wasting your time, let's get into it. So there's two types of win cons. Win cons are basically win conditions. You know, what are win cons? Win cons are win conditions. It's things you need to do in order to win, whether it be with your team or with your champion. And that's why I said there are two types. Especially early game, there are two types. This is four. Two types. There's the win condition for your champ and your lane or your opponent. You know, if you're a jungle, obviously you don't have a lane, so, you know, or your opponent, as well as win condition for your entire team. So let's just discuss that real quick. So a win condition for your champion, right? Well, when you're laning, when you're jungling, whatever you're doing, you need to know how your champ deals with that other champion. You need to know what is your main win condition, what you can do, what you can't do, how can you win in that lane. Sometimes, even if your champ isn't really strong, sometimes your win condition is just roaming around because you can't do anything in lane. For an example, if you're versus Nasus and you're playing, I don't know, we'll just say Set, right? Well, Nasus could just sit under his tower and they can't do anything. And then you're just kind of chilling, not doing anything. Roaming can be your win condition because you can't win through Nasus. And so it does change over the course of what the matchup is, but more or less, you do have a general win con for each champion. And that's the type of thing you want to think about. Once you can start getting a hang of that general purpose of your win condition, then you can go ahead and actually start doing something. So what is a general purpose win condition for your champion? A general purpose win condition for your champion is exactly what it sounds like. It's a win condition that usually stays static no matter what champ you choose. So as an example, if I'm playing Katarina, my win condition is just getting kills. I don't care how I do it, I just want it, right? Now that could be different from who you're laning versus. Let's say if we're going against Veigar, it should be pretty easy to just snowball on that person. But once again, if they're playing something that's super safe like Galio, you're probably not killing Galio, and then you have to roam. The general win condition is still the same. This champ needs to be fed to be successful, but the variation of that win condition kind of changes based off the matchup. So like I said, understanding the general purpose of your champion, of what they want to do all the time, is the easiest way to make sure that you can understand what you need to do when you can't accomplish that goal. A lot of the times players don't understand that there's a general purpose for their champion, and they're at a real loss when they can't do what they usually do. For example, Darius players, they usually just run people down, but eventually it gets to a point where they're versus a player they don't know how to do that to, and then they don't know how to play. Don't put yourself in that position. As far as junglers, the reason why jungle is the hardest role in the game is because there's a lot more you have to think about, right? Like those general purpose win conditions for you, everybody has to know for their champ. But a jungler has to know the general win conditions of each champion in the lane. Also the win condition of the two versus each other. So that's what, 6 win cons that they have to focus on plus them? That's a lot, right? That's a huge bundle. It's not, oh, they farm, they gank, they farm. They have to understand how the lane works. They have to understand how it's going to be by the time they get there. They have to understand a lot of things. And that's why when you're playing jungle and you're newer to the game, it seems a lot more stressful. And a lot of the times when you see people play jungle, they are playing those snowbally things that don't really need game sense to play. They just kind of walk in the lane and kill people. But you're going to get to an elo high enough to where that's just not going to work, and you're going to have to actually play the game like a real jungler. And those are when usually players that come to me that are junglers are like, hey, I don't really know how to play. I don't really know what to do. And that's usually the case. The fact that they just kind of skated by like playing Graves or playing like Master Yi, Jin Zhao, you know, the things that where they could just like walk in the lane, kill you, and it's for free, and I'm super, super strong, those champions. That is what makes jungle OP. But it does get to an elo where like you just can't do that because people pay attention, people ward. Then you're gonna have to actually play jungle like jungle's supposed to be played, and you're gonna need to learn how to actually do that. So now that we talked about the general purpose of your champion's win condition, let's talk about the win condition for the team, right? So you're always gonna know the win condition for your champion. That's how you should be playing the game in general. If you don't know that, well, your gameplay might just skyrocket because now you do. But we also have the team version of this. So if I have a Xerath mid, I have a Jinx bot, I have like a Lulu support, and I have like a Master Yi jungle, but I'm playing Darius, my win con here really isn't to snowball, right? My win con is just to chill, let my team, you know, let my team kind of do what they need to do to farm. If there's a dragon coming up, I don't really want to rotate to that because I would assume that we can't fight for that dragon because all of our champs are super weak. So I would ping them back and I would continue to lane. Right? There are some times where it's like, oh, well, I go down and I kill everybody because I'm super strong and we could just win these fights. That doesn't happen every single game. And understanding my win condition for our team is just we're farming until mid to late game we can actually team fight, then that's what it has to be, and that's what you have to make sure that your teammate understands. So now that we talked about the early game win condition, the general purpose of your champion win condition, and then the win condition of your actual team, let's go ahead and talk about mid and late game here. When we're talking about mid and late game, we're not talking about champion win conditions anymore. We're talking about team, because after laning phase, you don't have, like, you're not a solo champion anymore. Even if you're split pushing to work with your team. You're not split pushing to just play by yourself, right? So there's two types of win cons for this specific like area of the game. You have the winning win condition, right? And then you have the losing win condition. Some players don't understand that if they're losing, that winning win condition just doesn't work anymore, and they have to find a way to really get around that. As an example, let's say we have such a wombo combo team. We have Malphite, Orianna, Amumu, Misfortune, Pyke. That's a nasty combo. And we got all of that, right? But we're all behind. A lot of the times teams will choose to just keep trying to team fight over and over and over because that's our win con. You know, we wombo combo. But you have to realize when you're behind, that doesn't happen anymore. And you have to understand, okay, we can't 5v5 right now. What's our win con then? What's our next win con? Because it's not working. And then once you figure that out, then you could proceed to play. Yeah, we're a wombo combo team and we need to fight 5v5 and whatever, but like that's not happening. What else can we do? I guess we could try to pick someone off and then try to fight a 5v4. Or maybe we just always play for picks, you know, use our entire kit to just pick one champion and then just chill out and then continue to farm and then do that over and over again, right? Because eventually that then scales you back into the game and then you can start going against your winning win con, right? So it's important to understand those. So let's just kind of recap here just to make sure that we're on the same page. You have 4 types of win cons, right? The general purpose win condition, early game. The team win condition, early game. Then you have the winning win condition, mid to late game, and the losing win condition. It's funny, losing win condition. Losing win condition, late game as well. Okay, so that's 4. 2 is in the early stage of the laning phase. 2 are in the mid to late game phase after towers go down. Okay, if you guys are 0 and 5, like well, I guess it wouldn't be 0 and 5, huh? I guess it would be, huh? Like if they have 5 kills and you guys have none, and the laning phase is over, it's still possible to have that 5v5 wombo combo thing because it's not that bad. But if you're like 15 to like 3, you don't have the luxury of just straight up 5v5ing those champions anymore. And that's when, like I said, you have to start thinking about the losing win con. So I hope this helped you. If you guys have any questions, of course, feel free to ask. Make sure you guys book coachings if you guys want to become better at the game faster. Hey, I'm plugging, but it's my stuff, right? Because obviously, VOD reviews and coaching sessions will help do that for you way quicker. Once again, if you guys did not know, the Friday video that I uploaded, if you guys answer it with the question of the day, you guys answer it well, one person will be able to get a free VOD review from me. So make sure you go check that video out. It's the video that I posted on Friday. I'll probably have a link in the description below. But answer the question of the day. Best one gets pinned. If there's only one answer, hey, you just automatically win. So do your thing. Till next time, you know what I always say. Thank you guys for what? Approaching this like a coach.